SHIA'S Got Talent.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear guests and viewers online, it's been 48 hours ever since we went through the first episode. 48 hours, 2 days, 24 contestants. Only 8 have made it through to the next round. And here we are on day 3 of episode 3, season 1, for the first time ever, SHIA'S Got Talent in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin tonight's program with a bit of energy, with a bit of loudness, and join me in welcoming the judges for SHIA'S Got Talent, episode 3 of season 1, 2023. We'll start with Sayyid Jalal Masoomi, Sayyid Mohammed Hassan Alsheraa, Sayyid Ali Al-Hakeem, and Mulla Muhammad Abbas Karim. Right, the participants are ready. The judges seem to be ready. The guests are ready.
You may take your seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin episode 3. Ejaz, we're on day 3, episode 3. How's it going for you until now?
I'm having a lot of fun myself. This has exceeded my expectations by very, very far. And I was very happy when I heard one of the judges state that he finds our talent very unique from other parts of the world. So
Right.
it makes me a proud Shia in Tanzania and a proud Tanzanian as well. So thank you for that comment, and we appreciate the love that you have shown us as well, Hassan.
Brilliant. And you know what? It's been amazing. And I say this not because my task is easier, because I just have to watch and get everyone going, but also because there's been emotional moments, and there have been some joyous moments. There have been tears, there have been standing ovations, there have been heartbreaks, there have been laughters, and it's got everything. And I think when we say SHIA'S Got Talent, I think we've got talent not only in reciting, but also how we express our emotions. And as always, it's customary to hear from our judges first. Apparently, 3 out of the 4 judges have been going through Swahili classes. So we will see how far they've got with today. We'll start with the principal, Sayyid Jalal Masoomi. I hear you have a new line today.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa
Wa alaikum
barakatuh. I hope you are doing well. Salams to you and to brother Ejaz sahib. I used to call him Hijaz, Baqam al-Hijaz, but he's Ejaz, mashallah. So, leo foleni sana. Today, the traffic was really, really too much. And the credit goes to Ejaz sahib. Credit goes to him.
Right.
That's
So
a
you-
sentence I learned because the weather was rainy
Right.
and traffic was really, really intense. So,
Right.
all credit to brother Ejaz and brother Abbas in the car. I learned this in the car, brother.
Right. So I just want you to have a heads up. You only use that line when you are running late in Dar es Salaam. That's our standard line. Leo Foreni Sana, and then you get, you get the apology coming your way.
Yes.
So that's the only thing you do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. The judges are ready, and so are the contestants. Join me in welcoming contestant number 1 for episode 3, day 3, season 1 of SHIA'S Got Talent, Abbas Ali Hasnain Mekji.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum, great man. How are you doing?
Alaikum salam. I'm doing good.
Are you ready to smash it, inshallah? Yes?
Yeah, inshallah.
I am waiting for a reciter of the Holy Quran or any reciter to give me this opportunity to come to the stage. Inshallah, you might do that. I'm waiting for that, okay?
Inshallah.
So how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
16 years old. And when did you first start the recitation of the Holy Quran?
When I was young, like 5 to 6 years old.
5 to 6. So you have experience of about 10 years, mashallah. And who was your first teacher?
I think so. I started going to Madrasa Sadiq in the early ages.
In the early ages. So which part of the Holy Quran you are going to recite for us?
Surah Ar-Rahman.
MashaAllah. From the beginning, yes?
Yes. a few-
Go ahead, please. We are waiting to hear your beautiful voice, inshallah.
Thank you.
Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
الله 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 الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا رحمن يا رحيم.
الرحمن علم القرآن.
الله.
خلق الإنسان علمه البيان.
الله 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 أكبر.
الشمس والقمر بحسبان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان.
الله.
والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان.
الله الله الله.
ألا تطغوا في الميزان.
الله الله.
وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض. وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام.
الله الله.
فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام.
الله الله الله.
والحب ذو العصف والريحان.
الله.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار جميعا على وآله الأطهار. أحسنتم ما شاء الله.
He's yours
Abbas
now.
Ali, overall beautiful recitation. So you did some of the melodies, Bayati, Rast, and Nahawand. You recited. But the main issue in your recitation is your breathing, Habibi. Yeah? Try to recite through your diaphragm. The way you take nafas, breathing, is very important. You have to take nafas or breathing through your nose. There are 3 benefits when you take nafas through your nose. Number 1, the air which goes to your lung is clean because nose is filter. Number 2, you won't get thirsty. And number 3, if it is very cold, but of course here it's not cold. You know, the weather is nice, even in winter. So when the air goes to your lung, it will be actually room temperature. Not very cold or not very hot. And when you take nafas, the sitting position is very important. You have to sit always straight. The chest area should come forward. And you take nafas through your nose. Hold it. وَالْحَبُّ ذُو الْعَصْفِ وَالرَّيْحَانُ فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. You can carry on more, okay? So you practice this breathing. It's very important through your diaphragm. When you take nafas through your nose, wait a bit. Let the air go to your lung. And use this diaphragm, this area should be tight. Okay? And then you can recite as much as you can. You open your voice. You went to, for example, maqam nahawand, but you didn't go to jawab, to the higher pitch of maqam. Because we are your audience. You have to make us, you have to give us the higher pitch of maqam. But overall, you know the maqamat, your tajweed was very good. I didn't even noted many big issues of tajweed, of the rules of recitation. That's very important, but you have done that was in a higher level. The only thing is you have to work on your nafas, on your breathing. Ahsantum, mashallah, barakallahu fikum. Mashallah.
Brilliant. Sayyid Mohammed Hassan, please.
Salam, Abbas Ali. How are you, Habibi? Good, inshallah. I believed your tajweed was really good, which is the foundation for any successful tilawa or tartil of the Holy Quran. Always aim to perfect that before you aim to perfect the sound or the style or melodies. Sayyid would agree with me here. The actual foundation is the tajweed. And you have that, which means that you are set off, inshallah ta'ala, to then beautify and adorn the verses of the Holy Quran. The verses, they opened up with what? What were the first 4 verses? Ar-Rahman, Allama al-Quran, Khalaq al-Allamahu al-Bayan. You see the points I'm showing you? Allah's Rahman, He created the Quran, but He taught it. Allama al-Quran. The Quran was taught. That means the Quran lives. It's alive. Only that which lives can be taught. Then He created the human being. Not I create the human, then I make the Quran. Allah will not bring you down without guidance first. So first make sure you enrich yourself with guidance, then set off into the world. When you do that, what will you learn? Allamahul Bayan. You will learn eloquence, inshallah ta'ala.
Sayyid Jalal, I just want to ask you a question. You said that you would prefer if he brought in the higher pitch.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I think I will be a bit generous. Obviously, this doesn't count to his performance.
Yep.
But do you think that he can, if you think he can give us the higher pitch, with your permission, if he can give us a 30-second to see if he has the higher pitch?
Of course, why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead with Surah Al-Kawthar, please. Surah Al-Kawthar, please.
On the higher end. Can you do it?
I'll try.
Yeah.
Try.
Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر كوثر
الله الله
فصل لربك وانهر
نعم نعم
إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العلي العظيم.
I want from you like this. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. And then you say sadaqah. Go to the highest pitch of your voice. Don't be scared. Show. Of course, it requires practice. You have done good. As Sayyid Hakeem mentioned, your voice is nasal as well. You have to work on that. Ahsantum. Thank you.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, Abbas Ali Hasnain Mekji. Contestant number 2 for tonight is a personality who is always visible at mosque, a voice that is always heard when a Maulana has just dropped in a line and a half, a Nar Haydari that cannot go missing, and that is, my dear ladies and gentlemen, and my viewers out there who do not, for those of you who know him, know him. For those of you who don't, he is Brother Hussein Ali Hussein. Assalamu alaikum, Hussein.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how about you?
Alhamdulillah. I don't see that, that energy of the Nare Haydari. Now,
Nare Haydari!
yeah, I was just about to ask the audience to give you one because you always give us one. So, Sayyid Jalal, I think you are the best one to give Brother Hussein a Nare Haydari.
Shall I give him?
Yeah, one from the diaphragm.
Nare
Gio.
I was running out of breath there, but anyway, said Muhammad Hassan, we have our first contestant for lecturing tonight. Over.
Assalamu alaikum, Hussein Ali Hussein.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you doing? You're feeling well? Alhamdulillah. How long have you been lecturing for?
About more than 5 years.
MashaAllah. And with your permission, I will have to provide some feedback, even though you are my elder. Do I have that permission?
Sure.
And I would love to benefit
Because
from you
I'm
as
here
well.
to learn.
Inshallah, we are all here to learn.
Yes.
That's the attitude. Ahsant,
Yes.
Habibi.
Jazakallah.
Why do you want to do lecturing?
Because lecturing allows me to spread the message of Quran and Ahlul Bayt in an efficient way.
And are you comfortable speaking?
Yes.
You don't have any issues, public speeches, anything like that?
Public speaking, I have not done any course, but mostly, we recite the majalis in Urdu and sometimes in English, depends.
And today you're doing in English.
No, I'm actually reciting the masaib in Urdu.
Oh, you're also in Urdu.
It's only masaib, not a lecture basically. It's the masaib narrating the musibat of Bibi Fatima.
So are you giving a lecture at all, or are you just reciting masaib?
Only masaib.
Really? What is the content/context of the musibah you will be reciting?
Okay, basically I will be discussing the musibah of Bibi Fatima Zahra, the difficulties that she went through, and how the door was burnt, and I will be narrating it in detail in Urdu.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah.
Go right ahead, Habibi.
Sallallahu alayka ya Mawla ya Aba Abdillah. Sallallahu alayka ya Ibn Rasulillah. हाँ अज़ादाराने मज़लूम करबला, आज दिल चाहता है कि बीबी फातिमा के कुछ मसाइब पढ़ूं, जिसे रसूल कह रहे हों फातिमा तो उम्मु अबीहा। बाद वफ़ात रसूल उस बीबी पर ऐसा जुल्म हुआ कि बीबी को कहना पड़ा, सुब्बत अलैया मसाइबुन लव अन्नहा सुब्बत अल अय्याम सरन लयालिया بابا آپ کے جانے کے بعد لوگ مجھے پرسہ دینے ضرور آئے، مگر ہائے بابا یہ کیسا پرسہ تھا کہ کوئی آگ لے کر آیا تو کوئی لکڑیاں لے کر آیا۔ بی بی 18 سال میں ضعیفہ ہو گئی اور عصا کا سہارا لے کر چلتی تھی۔ ہاں عزادارو، وہ وقت بھی آیا کہ بی بی اسما سے کہتی ہے، اے اسما میں حجرے میں جا رہی ہوں، جب تک میری تسبیح اور تحلیل کی آواز سنائی دے تم سمجھنا کہ میں زندہ ہوں، اور اگر میری آواز نہ سنائی دے تو یہ جان لینا کہ میں اس دنیا سے رخصت ہو گئی ہوں۔ اے اسما جب حسنین گھر پر آئے تو انہیں پہلے کھانا کھلا دینا، بعد میں میری موت کی خبر دینا۔ وہ وقت بھی آیا کہ جب حسنین گھر آئے تو اسما نے ان سے کہا، بچوں آؤ کھانا کھا لو۔ بچے کہتے ہیں، اسما کیا آپ نے کبھی دیکھا ہے کہ ہم نے ماں کے بغیر کھانا کھایا ہو؟ تو اسما کہتی ہے، اماں حجرے میں ہے۔ جب حسنین حجرے میں آئے تو انہوں نے دیکھا کہ بی بی کی روح جنت کو پرواز کر گئی۔ ہاں عزادارو، وہ وقت بھی آیا کہ جب مولا علی نے سب سے کہا، اے بچوں آؤ ماں کا دیدار کر لو۔ سارے بچے آئے مگر حسین نہ آئے۔ مولا علی نے حسین سے کہا، اے بیٹا حسین آؤ ماں کا دیدار کر لو۔ حسین کہتے ہیں، جب تک اماں نہ بلائے گی حسین نہیں آئے گا۔ ایک مرتبہ بندے کفن ٹوٹے، دو ہاتھ باہر آئے، آجا میرے حسین میرے گلے لگ جا۔ جب نہ ہو حسین نے صدا دی ہو، اے اماں جب نے آواز دی اور میں آ گیا۔ جب سن 61 ہجری کو میں آواز دوں، اے اماں میری مدد کو آ جانا۔ وَسَيَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنقَلَبٍ يَنقَلِبُونَ إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ راجعون۔ یا اللہ، بی بی فاطمہ کے صدقے may we all get the opportunity to go to the holy shrine of Jannatul Baqi to visit Bibi Fatima's grave, inshallah, and may Allah bless us all with the ziyarat of 14 Masoomin. Al-Fatiha.
Bismillah.
الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear viewers, there is no greater honor than having the opportunity to shed a few tears for the family of the Holy Prophet. And there is no better lady in this world that you and I would want to shed a tear for than the mother of our Imams and the daughter of the most perfect human being to have ever graced this earth. Brother Hussein, brilliant performance. The crowd is emotional. There's a few tears in there. Said Muhammad Hassan, over to you, please.
حبيبي حسين تقبل الله وعظم الله أجوركم أحسنتم. I don't understand Urdu. However, I followed along, especially with the context you provided. I appreciated the usage of some of the poetic expressions that come from the Arabic world as well. صُبَّتْ عَلَيَّ مَصَائِبٌ لَوْ أَنَّهَا صُبَّتْ عَلَيَّ صَرْنَ لَيَالِي. Ahsant. I think that inclusion, whenever you can include Arabic in your musibah, whether you're doing Urdu as your primary or English as your primary, include the Arabic as well, for the reason of the language of Ahlul Bayt being from that vernacular. It also supplements what you're saying. It shows your research as well, instead of just staying in one world. So I think that's a beautiful thing. When you recited musibah, you spoke it. You spoke it emotionally, however, stable emotions. And that's very good. Many times, and I know this is a rather contentious area, when a person becomes emotional, they begin to slur the words. They're crying, they're containing themselves, and I understand that. But you decided to take the role of being the Qari al-Aza, and you are here to recite the musibah. People want to listen in order to appreciate. There's a stabilization that's required. You can also shed the tears as well, with the exceptions of the actual shahada, the maqtal, the actual shahada of Lady Zahra alayhi salam. No one will hold you accountable for losing those senses, Hubbul Hussein, Ajannani. But for the most part, if you can manage those emotions, that's good. You did that, and that's a net positive as well. I think, though, you maintained a pattern of how you decided to read the musibah, be it in Urdu, although I could see that there was a pattern in the style of the recitation. You would end it with an elongation. Change that up here and there. I sometimes experiment with different ways of reciting the musibah, so it's different every time. There's like a poetic expression. I'll give an example. On the dawn of the 10th of Muharram, Imam Hussain finished burying his 6-month-old baby in the land of Karbala. He turned to his left, then he turned to his right, and he saw he had no more supporters. The youngest shaheed has now given his life in the way of Allah. He then called out, Ya Habib ibn Mudahir, inclusion of Arabic. Ya Muslim ibn Awsaja, how come that I call you and you do not respond? At that moment he then said, now is the time for the father to emerge. Poetic expression, inclusion of Arabic, maintaining a melody that is not exactly a pattern repetition. And with that combination, you do splendid. You did very well. I didn't know what you were saying, but you got me worked up. Barakallahu bik. May Fatima Zahra intercede for you. One last thing. The conclusion, make it a proper full dua. Allahumma inna nas'aluka wa nad'uk bismika al-azim al-a'zam. Al-Azz al-Jall al-Akram, Ya Allah. Say it in English. Oh Allah, we ask you and beseech you on behalf of your name, grant us our hajat. Shafi Mardana. Translate whenever you can. If you decide to do English, then always make sure you translate. Barakallah.
Brilliant. Brilliant,
I was,
said Muhammad Hassan.
afraid of the timing, that's why I could not address the dua portion in
Inshallah. I understand. But for reference, great job.
Inshallah. Said Ali.
Habibi Hussein, Jazakumullah khair jaza. I actually met Hussein a few days ago and he was so kind and friendly. And I can tell that he's a lovable human being and the community would adore. This type of recitation is similar to our maqtal type of recitation in Arabic, and I can hear it straight from the beginning. Normally the maqtal doesn't have much fluctuation, so I can appreciate why you didn't fluctuate much. However, as Sayyid Muhammad was saying, as Sayyid Jalal was saying, more variety would enable us to understand your voice more fluctuation. For example, if you're doing the Arabic parts, you want to go into the intense bit, you go something like this. ورا الباب اختفت فاطم ولاذت عصرها المال هم ولاذت. More fluctuation enables you to express yourself more, but your delivery, given the fact that you didn't do that, was still fantastic. So it's two different things. Focus on that, and then Fatima Zahra will be even more pleased with you as you continue your service in her name.
By the way, Hussein, despite our critiques, Fatima Zahra will intercede for you. Remember me, I will remember you. Despite that, so don't feel any form of resentment at all whatsoever. You won already.
Inshallah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, our very own Hussein Ali Hussein. To introduce contestant number 3 for episode 3, day 3. For the first time ever, SHIA'S Got Talent.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. That's the only time I'm going to get 3, 3, 3 and 1. None other than Ali Akbar, Muhammad Akhtar Walji. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Very active, very excited young man we have with us today. Said Ali, over to you please.
Assalamu alaikum habibi.
Wa alaikum salam.
Can you tell us how old you are?
I'm 11 years old.
11 years. And what are you going to be doing for us today?
I'm with my dad, who's right there, and His friend, there.
Hello, dad and friend. MashaAllah, they've come right to the front to support you. What is it you're reciting? Is it a nasheed? Is it a manqabat? Noha? A qasida.
Of Muhammad Abbas.
Oh, wow. I'll just pass you over then.
10 out of 10.
Right.
Before you start, if you could just explain everybody which kalam it is and the meaning
The
maybe.
name of the kalam is Kash mein meh diye doran.
It's on the 12th Imam, yeah? I wish that I was around on the era of the Imam of our time.
Inshallah. Right, very confident. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a big round of applause, please.
Bar salamat imam zamana bawaz buland salawat.
Allahumma salli ala.
Kash mein meh diye doran.
Wow.
Ka zamana dekho. Kash mein meh diye doran. Ka zamana dekho. Bar veh dare kar ka chehra dekho.
MashaAllah. Kya baat hai? Kash mein meh diye dauran
Ka zamana
dekho. Kash mein meh diye dauran
Phir azan Ali Akbar se ho agaz sahar. Phir azan
MashaAllah.
Ali Akbar se ho agaz sahar. Piche mein
MashaAllah.
کہ میں عیسیٰ کا مصلی دیکھوں کاش میں
مہدی دوران کا زمانہ دیکھوں کاش میں مہدی دوران
پرچم حضرت عباس کو لے
ماشاءاللہ.
آتے ہوئے
کیا بات ہے
پرچم حضرت عباس کو لہراتے ہوئے میرے مالک
واہ 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 واہ
میرے خالق سر کعبہ دیکھوں
سارے مل کے
Gio.
یا علی
ماشاءاللہ جیتے رہو
دیے دوران کا زمانہ دیکھوں سامنے مولا کے جا کر کہوں دل کی حاجت سامنے مولا کے جا کر کہوں دل کی حاجت کب تلک دریا میں بہتا یہ عریضہ دیکھوں کاش میں دیے دوران
کا زمانہ دیکھوں
بار
کیا بات ہے
در کرار کا چہرہ دیکھوں لبیک یا مہدی لبیک یا مہدی صلوات
Allahumma
salli
salli
ala
ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Brilliant. We had a first narrative from the crowd today, and in between recitation. Brilliant. Said Muhammad Hassan.
Brother Mir Hassan Mir, I mean Mir Nadeem Sarwal, I mean Farhan Ali Waris, I mean Muhammad Abbas, I mean
I was going
Ali
to clap
Akbar.
until you said my name.
You're going to be famous, but famous for good reasons, inshallah. But if being famous achieves that, you are number one, inshallah ta'ala. The thing is, the mic situation. See, you're holding it down already. Although you're not speaking, but that was around the range where you were holding it, if not just a little bit closer. Bring it closer. Your voice is already soft and soothing. We want to hear it more. And because I said that you're going to be famous, I need to take a selfie now with you before it's too late.
Say it, wait. Take some money from him. This is not free. You know, it's like 1 million shillings.
Yalla, I've been also included in this.
No, you got to take the picture.
I thought it was a selfie.
Come here. You're taller.
I have to pretend I'm as short as everybody else in
So
here.
you need to take the photo.
When you post on Instagram, let us know, huh?
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرج.
Mulla Muhammad was Karim. Let me bring you in this. A bit of feedback for our future reciter.
Oh God, there's a lot of notes. So bear with me. I'll go through very quickly. I loved your start. I think you're the first person that's come and started with something other than salawat. Or you say bar salamati. That's a very cultural, and it's very mature. You're 11 years old, and then you ended. So start and ending was perfect. I loved your confidence. You genuinely have a beautiful voice. Yeah, your voice is genuinely beautiful. I'm not just saying this. You have a beautiful voice.
Very soothing, isn't it?
Very soothing. It's. I couldn't believe it.
Why do you think I wanted a selfie?
Yeah. At 11 years, your maturity of reciting is amazing. You're clearly passionate, and I think you understood what you were saying really well. You were feeding off the crowd, so when the crowd responded to you, you had a bit more josh in you. You also made a mistake on one of the lines when you said "Kab talak," but you didn't let it faze you. You improvised. You didn't stop and go, oh. No, you just carried on. Because this, trust me, we all, besides Sayyid Jalal, but we all make mistakes, yeah, and the other guys. But making a mistake is not the issue. Not learning from the mistake is the issue. And you were just improvising. Like it seems like, how long have you been reciting for?
About 2 years.
Okay, so that's all the good stuff. I think the bits of improvement is, for example, this kalam, to go on to the verse, you have to stop at Doran. Ka zamana dekho, kash main mehdi Doran, phir azane. And on that note, your verses were both the same, the first line, but there's a change in the second line. Okay, so I have to explain this because it's important, because you did well. Phir azane Ali Akbar se ho aagaz sahar. Phir azane Ali Akbar se ho aagaz sahar.
Wow.
Just the Khadim, just that change. But you did it, you changed it on the second verse. So that was really good. I would have loved for you to do the Samne Mola ke jaakar. I would have loved that, but again, these are small tips. It was honestly, I'm not just saying this. Two things. I've never heard somebody your age recite Kash. In fact, I've never heard anyone under maybe 20 recite Kash how you have. It was phenomenal.
Bro, he's incredible. What more do you need to say?
I mean, I no, because the reason I'm giving so much feedback is I think genuinely you have an unlimited amount of potential. The other thing with the mic, yes, it was low, but Sayyid Ali said to you, bring it up, and you did. That's amazing stage
No,
presence.
he looked at me and he's like, oh, yeah.
That's amazing stage presence. It's not a joke for an 11-year-old.
100%.
You know,
confident, very confident.
So there are very small parts here, I said, but if I was your father today, I would be extremely proud of you. So loud salawat for your parents.
Salli ala.
Right, that sums it up. It's getting nervy, and I can imagine it's getting very, very intense. Ladies and gentlemen, Ali Akbar Muhammad Akhtar Walji. Join me in welcoming contestant number 4. His father was a judge, invited judge slash guest slash reciter on the first episode. His first cousin just performed. No pressure at all. The uncle seems to have disappeared somewhere. The father's there waiting. It's competition time between the cousins. Ladies and gentlemen, help me and join me in welcoming Hadi aliasgar Mekji. Assalamu alaikum. Everyone will comment on your dishdasha. I just want to say, very nice choice of glasses. Looks really nice on you. I believe you are going to do a matam for us. Matam?
No, munajat.
Munajat. Brilliant. Mulla on the was Karim, over to you.
Hadi aliasgar Mekji, salamun alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Fine.
What are you going to be reciting for us today?
Something related to Hazrat Abbas.
A munajat
Yeah,
on
munajat.
Hazrat Abbas. Can you give us the first line so we can tell the judges what it is? Oh my goodness. Okay, another 10 out of 10. So this one, look at him. Look at his reaction.
बहुत अच्छा.
Any particular reason why you chose this munajat?
Because it's related to our first Babul Hawaj.
And is he or do you feel very connected to him?
Yeah.
God bless you. We're really looking forward to listening to you. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the land of Karbala, his arms now lay. Cowardly the enemies had severed, thinking they got their way. How wrong they were, celebrating their win. For they unleashed a power that was yet to begin. The granter bestowed upon the arms that lay, a power to grant and never to dismay.
Bayka ya Abbas.
Abbas, Abbas, ya bal fazlil Abbas, Abbas,
Abbas, ya bal fadlil Abbas. فضل العباس عباس يا بل فضل العباس माशाल्लाह Abbas, Abbas, Ya Abul Fadl Abbas. MashaAllah. क्या बात है या बल फज़ल अब्बास माशाअल्लाह इलाही आमीन माशाअल्लाह अब्बास अब्बास या अबुल फज़ल अब्बास
One more time.
अब्बास अब्बास
Ya Abul Fazl Abbas. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد عجل فرجهم.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Assalamu alaikum, Hadi. Of course, you come from a family of reciters, so you've got a lot of people around you to encourage you and support you. And I wish that every family had the same format, but they don't. But that's a starting point. That's why we have these shows. It gives opportunities for people who don't have families who can support them. Nevertheless, Hadi, I think you have a very good melodious voice, which means that is this one of yours, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you've really grasped the melody that Mulla Muhammad did when he recited it. Because when you go between the tune, you stuck with it in general, and that's really good, especially at the age of 8, I believe. Yeah, fantastic. Your beginning was very interesting because I don't think any of us was expecting that. We thought that you were going straight into the actual recitation, but you introduced it in a very unique way where you started off in English. To complement that, when you were reciting, you were giving people responses. Everyone together now. That's so critical. That means you had very good crowd engagement and you get more points for that. And the recitation, again, I believe this was a sad one.
It's
because I know with
it's
Urdu
not
it's a bit hard.
sad. It's an emotional dua, like a request, a plea.
Excellent.
So it's not actually sad, but the words, because it's like you're asking for something, you all of a sudden become sad.
Excellent.
It's passionate. It's a passion narrative.
And you displayed that. You've got a very big future ahead of you. I also recommend for you to do English as well, because I think you would be very good in English. So make sure you do both. I'm trying to encourage Mullah Muhammad to do more English as well. So I've sent him one of the nohas that we're working on, and inshallah, maybe one day you can work with Hadi as well.
Inshallah.
It would be my
Good
dream.
job. Good job.
Well done, well done. Hadi, I think you need to tell Dad, because he's been writing these books with his uncle, but they're all Urdu, so we need a bit of English now. So people
I'll get my sister to write for you.
Brilliant. Let's go to Mullah Muhammad Abbas Karim.
Hadi, I am, and for the avoidance of doubt, this is not because I've recited this or anything. This is completely independent, honestly. Okay, I didn't stand because it's a Sakai Haram. I stood because how you recited it. Okay, you're 8 or 7?
8.
8. Okay. Before I begin, just bear with me, just 2 minutes, please. Okay. Before I begin, I want to say something to you, which hopefully the crowd will understand. You are the manifestation, in my eyes, of this line, okay? Shamma se shamma jale, silsila jari rahe, hum rahe ya na rahe, ye azadari rahe hai. शम्मा से शम्मा जले सिलसिला
जारी रहे
हम रहे या ना रहे ये आज़ादारी रहे. Okay, one more thing before I give, my comments are very short. The one thing that I remembered last night when we were remembering Ejaz's grandfather is somebody that I actually spoke to a lot, but I never had the pleasure of being able to spend much time with him, was their uncle, aliasgar's uncle. That's why I recited this line. Say, this is genuinely coming down in lineage, because his uncle, marhum Akil, I used to talk to him on Messenger. And of course your dad together have compiled, I don't know how many aliasgar volumes of Noor Irfan. How many? Say they've compiled 13 books of poetry. Not by them, they're not promoting their own work, of everybody's work. And you know, before the internet, and I sound old now, but it was really hard to get lyrics. Honestly, we used to have to tape recorder, press play, press pause, write. Correct or no? Yes. Yeah? So this service is literally come down in his blood. So I think, I mean, I'm mind blown because of what I'm seeing. You know, and again, I'll bring in a similar comment. My daughter is only a few years younger than you. And I mean, your confidence was amazing. Your recitation was amazing. Your voice is beautiful. You have crowd control for an 8-year-old, which is way beyond your age. You are like everybody. You start with the sort of English bit, your voice control, your Urdu. It's not your mother tongue, is it Urdu?
No.
Okay. So your Urdu, but you understand it.
Yeah, little bit.
I mean, for me, honestly, it's basically perfect. And I think the only advice is always important. You have the best ustad is your father. You know, so just keep practicing with your dad. From me, it's a massive well done to you and your family, and keep going. Ahsantum. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Hadi aliasgar Mekji. Brilliant. Thank you. Join me in welcoming contestant number 5, Brother Arif Okera. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Arif.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
We have a bit of a Sayyid coming up from him. Sayyid Ali, over to you.
Habibi Arif, Assalamu alaikum. Pleasure to meet you. How old are you?
I am 18 years old.
Fantastic. And what do you study at the moment?
I'm currently doing ABE, Business Essentials.
Excellent.
And Business Management.
Fantastic. So you're going to be specializing in some business-related companies and things like this. Okay, so what are you going to be doing for us today?
So today I'll be reciting a Murshia on Bibi Fatima.
Salamullah alayha. It's always hard to listen any recitations regarding our grandmother, Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. How long have you been practicing to recite?
Actually, I've been reciting since I was a young boy, since I was around 8, but then I stopped reciting due to school and everything.
Okay.
But now I got back into it, and I want to continue to pursue reciting.
Inshallah. No study should stop Azza. It comes together, isn't it?
Yes.
And I'm really glad that you have come back to recitation and forever will recite. Bismillah.
Bar Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. रोई जब लाडली मोहम्मद की सारा दरबार मुस्कुराया है
Allah, 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 mashallah.
रोई जब लाडली मोहम्मद की सारा दरबार मुस्कुराया है हाय बादे रसूल ज़हरा पर कैसा गुरबात का वक्त आया है सारा दरबार मुस्कुराया جیسے جیسے بطول روتی تھی کہہ کے کی برتے جاتے تھے ساتھ جن کو بطول لائی تھی اشک دونوں گواہ بہاتے تھے سب تھے مصروف مسکرانے میں نہ کسی کو بھی ترس آیا ہے سارا دربار مسکرایا ہے روئی جب لاڈلی محمد کی سارا دربار مسکرایا ہے میں تو وہ ہوں کہ یا رسول اللہ جس کی تعظیم آپ پڑھتے تھے نام لینا ہوں جب میرا بابا آپ پہلے درود پڑھتے تھے کیا بتاؤں کہ مجھ پہ کیا گزری اس نے تو کہہ کے جب بلایا ہے سارا دربار مسکرایا ہے روئی جب لاڈلی محمد کی سارا دربار مسکرایا ہے پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد
وآل محمد أحسنت ما شاء الله.
Sayyid Ali, we'll start with you.
Jazakallah Arif, thank you very much for your heartfelt recitation. I feel like any time that the name of Fatima az-Zahra salamallahu alayha, regardless of age or gender or platform, it hits the heart. So it was a very good choice of selection today. We went off slightly with the melody, I felt sometimes, and I felt like sometimes it was a bit sharp, which means when we went a bit high, it went a bit too high, and also slightly flat when it was flat. That can easily be rectified. That's with vocal training. So if we're going to recite, we have to make sure we're on the right pitching as well. It's something called legato. When we go from one part of the pitch and we transact to another one, we have to do it in a smooth transaction. Otherwise, it will feel sharp or it'll feel too flat. And that's with more training and more practice. Who do you listen to mainly?
So my role model in reciting is Hassan Sadiq.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Legend.
So more, I've even the Arab world have heard of him. More practice with him. Also learn from other people, like for example the recitations from Mulla Muhammad, and start to use your musical ear and pick up the tone and apply it. And if it's off, again repeat. Off, repeat, and then you'll get it. But good job. We're all proud of you.
Brilliant. Mulla Muhammad Karim, please.
Brother Arif, Assalamu alaikum. It was a beautiful recitation. It was really heartfelt, you know. Your vocals are very nice. You have a nice voice. And you invoked emotion in the crowd. So to me, it felt like it was a nice choice of kalam. And also, you come from a lineage, I believe, of reciters. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah. So you used variation in a really appropriate manner. So it's clear that you're an experienced reciter. A few things I would say is the pitch. When you started, I expected the sort of variation in the actual level, as Sayyid Ali alluded to be consistent with how you started. So what I mean is, I don't actually think you went off the pitch, but you were moving off the scale, but you were sort of moving quite monotonously, if that makes sense. So I think hearing your voice, you have the ability to hit the higher notes. So it felt a bit like you were just sort of staying in your comfort zone. And I believe you can hit the higher notes. So that's one thing, work on your pitch, number one. Number two, what's the sani, what's the second line of this kalam? Don't recite it, just read me the line.
Second line of the...
No, Roi Darbar, the line that comes after this.
Hi Badir.
Hi Badir Rasul.
Yeah, Hi Badir Rasul Zahra par kaisa gurbat ka waqt aaya hai.
Kaisa gurbat ka waqt aaya hai. So what I would recommend is use the mic appropriately. I don't know whether it was a bit muffed, that line. So I didn't actually understand, because I think you understand Urdu. Your Urdu is really good, but just work on how you're using the mic, and that will come in line with the other bit. And the last point, I think it's such a sad kalam. Try and make your body language in line with the kalam, because I can see you love reciting, and at one point I saw your hand in your pocket. And again, this is, I don't think you were doing it on purpose, because you were really emotional in the kalam. So I think you've got a really bright future. I'm so glad you recited such a unique kalam. And if you have an ustad like Hassan Sadiq, I hope to see you reciting those Ya Rab Koi Masuma and that level pitch, inshallah.
I actually normally recite those, but I chose this because it's unique and it's different.
No, you delivered it excellently, mashallah. Ahsan, thank you.
Brilliant, Mulla on the Karim. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in appreciating Brother Arif Okera. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mahdi Roshan Dala. Yes, Sayyid Jalal, over to you, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Great man, a sportsman. How are you doing? Okay?
Fine.
Good. What is your favorite sport, by the way?
Football.
Football. Who is your favorite player?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
It's the old Ronaldo.
I will deduct 1 point from you. You didn't say Messi. No, just joking. Good. So how old are you?
9.
9. When did you first start reciting the Holy Quran?
When I was 7.
7. So 2 years of experience, yes? Which surah you are going to recite for us?
Naziat.
وَالنَّازِعَاتِ غَرْقًا. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready for smashing?
Yes.
Not the volleyball smash.
Okay, good. صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والنازعات غرقا والناشطات نشطا والسابحات سبها فالسابقات سبقا فالمدبرات أمرا يوم ترجف الراجفة تتبعها الرادفة قلوب يومئذ واجفة أبصارها خاشعة يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الآخرة أئذا كنا عظاما نخرة قالوا تلك إذا كرة خاسرة فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإذا هم بالساهرة هل أتاك حديث موسى إذ ناداه ربه بالواد المقدس طوى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى فقل هل لك إلى أن تزكى وأهديك إلى ربك فتخشى فأراه الآية الكبرى فكذب وعصى ثم أدبر يسعى فحشر فنادى فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى فأخذه الله نكال الآخرة والأولى إن في ذلك لعبرة لمن يخشى أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء بناها رفع سمكها فسواها وأغطش ليلها وأخرج دهاها والأرض بعد ذلك دهاها أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها والجبال أرساها متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم فإذا جاءت الطامة الكبرى يوم يتذكر الإنسان ما سعى وبرزت الجحيم لمن يرى فأما من طغى وآثر الحياة الدنيا فإن الجحيم هي المأوى وأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى فإن الجنة هي المأوى يسألونك عن الساعة أيان مرساها فيما أنت من ذكراها إلى ربك منتهاها إنما أنت منذر من يخشاها كأنهم يوم يرونها لم يلبثوا إلا عشية أو ضحاها صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار جميعا على وآله الأطهار. Mahdi, you were very fast. Do you have any work to do it, to go and do your work?
No.
No. I want you to recite the first ayah with a slower speed.
Okay.
You know tajweed? Like this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bring more calmness to us. Say. Recite please.
Okay.
MashaAllah.
والنازعات غرقا
One more ayah.
والناشطات نشطا
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والنازعات غرقا. Slowly. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sure that you're reciting in the tartil way, but inshallah you'll practice in tahqiq. We'll mention more points inshallah. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Muhammad Muhammad.
Jalal, over to
Mahdi,
you.
mashallah, at this age, recitation of Surah Al-Nazi'at with good tajweed. Mashallah, your tajweed was good, okay? Of course, you have to work on some points which I give it to you now. For example, leveling of ghunna, throat letters, you have to work on those spots. And qalqala, inshallah you'll learn this stuff. And ikhfa of mim sakina, letter ta, pronunciation of the quality of itbaq, and lengthening of mudud, yeah? The number of counts you have to do. For example, at-tamma, for example, yeah? You have to stretch, this is mad lazim, you have to stretch 6 counts, okay? Overall, good recitation, and definitely you have a brilliant future, but practice as much as you can. Try to imitate the great scholars, great reciters like Abdul Basit, the short surahs. Start with short surahs. Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Duha, Surah Al-Teen. These surahs, listen as much as you can and copy them. Then you will move on with more recitation, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, Sayyid Jalal. Sayyid Muhammad Hassan, please.
Habibi, mashallah, good work, beautiful job, you did really well, don't get discouraged. I'm very happy that at this age you're 9 years old. So you're born 2014?
Yeah.
Mashallah, 2014 and you're reading the Quran. This is proof that the Shia are people of Quran. We need more of this. We really do. It's high time we dismay and remove that misconception that we are furthest things from the Quran. Come and look at the young Mahdi. MashaAllah.
Okay.
Habibi. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Is mom and dad here? Where are they? MashaAllah. You should be very proud. A round of applause for his parents. MashaAllah. He's going to change that misconception. He will change it. With some practice, inshallah ta'ala, you will lead the way. Barakallah bik Habib.
Inshallah. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Mahdi for us. To bring the energy back, to bring some excitement and competition, let's welcome the first female contestant for episode number 3, day 3. SHIA'S talent, Fatima Shabba Ratansi. Welcome, the first 7-year-old. Said Ali, we have a poet with us.
Yes, very excited. Assalamu alaikum, Fatima.
Alaikum salam.
How old are you?
7 years old.
MashaAllah. And you're going to recite some poetry for us today? Yes,
poetry?
inshallah.
What are you going to recite for us?
Hadith al-Kisa.
Oh wow! So you're going to recite a poem about Hadith al-Kisa.
Yeah.
And who wrote the poem? Did you write it, or mommy or daddy? Who wrote it?
Mommy.
Oh, mashallah. By the way, it's very interesting. I've been told that there's a lot of female English poets here in this area, which is quite fascinating because normally people I'd assume they'd recite in Swahili or Urdu, but it's quite interesting that they would write in English.
Right.
Fatima, we're looking forward to you recite. Take your time. Don't worry about anyone. I want you just to remember have you got a piece of paper or have you memorized it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
memorized
Okay.
Wow.
Right. Take your time. Don't worry about anything. And we look forward to it.
Shall I tell you about the event of the Kisa, the event of the Prophet Kisa? He went to the house of his daughter Fatima, and he asked for the Yemeni Kisa. She covered him with the Yemeni Kisa. His face shone like the full moon. Soon after, some others came to join him. Would you like to know who?
Yes.
Then came Hassan and greeted his mother. Assalamun alayki ya Umma. I can smell the nice smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Kisa.
MashaAllah.
Then came Hussein and greeted his mother. Assalamun alayki ya Umma. I can smell the nice smell of my grandfather. So he joined him under the Kisa. Then came Ali, Amirul Mu'minin.
MashaAllah.
Assalamun alayki of Jannah, you are queen. I can smell the nice smell of my cousin brother. So he also entered the Kisa. Then Fatima went real close to the Kisa. Assalamun alaykum, oh Father, do you give me permission to now enter? Yes, she too went under the Kisa. When all 5 gathered under the Kisa, Jibreel spoke up and said, Oh Allah, who are these luminous personality lying under the Kisa? He said, they are the family of Fatima, her husband, sons, and her father. They are the ones who are perfectly purified. They are the Ahlul Kisa, the Ahlul Bayt of Tahira. They are the Ahlul Kisa,
لبيك يا زهراء. ما شاء الله. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. A standing ovation from the two judges. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So we'll start with you, Hussein Ali. Let's get some feedback, please.
Thank you very much, MJ. Fatima, that was, do you know what? That was really good that you memorized the whole thing and you're only 7. I mean, I don't think many 7-year-olds can do that, to be honest with you. I've just got a question. Just, where's the mother? Did you also make the tune as well? You took the tune from somewhere else and you wrote it based on... Okay, fantastic. Because this is a very suitable tune for children. Very soft, and there was no inclination of needing any sharp tone. It's very smooth and soft, and that's very suitable for children. And you are an amazing orator of this poem, because when you stood there, you were looking from left to right, and also you kept on pointing to your nose, indicating that you can smell, obviously with the kisa. I think, Fatima, you should carry on reciting poetry, and I think you should maybe consider also reaching out to people who write poetry, or even write poetry yourself. Because if you start now, imagine in 7 years' time when you're 14, how amazing you'll be. If you started when you're 14, you've missed out on 7 years. So start now, start writing poetry, okay? That's your first task. Second task, I want you to start making tunes as well. So for example, this tune, la 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 la, and then you start playing around with it so you become something else. And then bit by bit, you'll make your own tune. Very good job. I'm very proud of you.
Say Jalal, over to you, please.
Fatima, believe me, that was the greatest of the night you have done. Of course, with respect to Mulla Hadi. Of course, this night is the night of the younger generation, mashallah.
Indeed.
Fatima, you know the melody is the melody of Jingle Bell, la 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 la. That's the melody. It's beautiful. It's the melody of the younger generation, Ajam. You have done clearly this melody. How long did it take to memorize this poetry? Wallahi, I appreciate it.
How long did it take you to memorize this whole thing? Do you know?
No.
Maybe mommy can answer? Sorry?
1 week is
a week?
Excellent, yes.
Wow.
You're
brilliant.
Confident. Your voice is clear. More. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? This third night of this SHIA'S Got Talent. I come on the stage. When I come on the stage, means full mark. I give you the full mark to you. Okay? Ready? What I can do, I kiss the head of this great
servant,
poet and servant of Ahlul Bayt and the Holy Quran.
Ahsantum Sayyidina. Said Ali, I'm sorry, but this needs to be done.
So walking to Karbala, we're going to do it on Saturday, but maybe she can recite it?
Yeah, but that's what I said. So you need to recite.
Okay.
So
should we go together?
Yes, that's what I was saying. So can you do it together?
We'll do the chorus. Walking to Karbala, from Najaf to Karbala. Walking to Karbala, from Najaf to Karbala. I'll give my life and soul just to get to Karbala. I'll give my life and soul just to get to Karbala.
Son, brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, Sister Fatima Ratansi. Join me in welcoming contestant number 8 for tonight's episode, Brother Salman Muraj.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Rather very confident young man there we have. Said Muhammad Hassan, you want to take this up?
Yeah, why not? Salam Salman, how are you, Habibi?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. We always ask how you guys are doing. No one asks about me, no one cares. MashaAllah, Habibi. What are you going to be doing today?
Today I'm going to be reciting a mankabat that I recited myself on a YouTube platform.
Okay, so what is this going to be about?
It's about Imam Ali.
It's about Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen. Can you give me a quick paraphrasing summary about what you're going to say?
So I'm going to be talking about how he's my Molla and how he's my Aka, and how I take him as one of the leaders, the highest leaders of the Ahlul Bayt.
Masha, did you write this?
No, I didn't write it. I just recited it.
Inshallah. Habibi, go ahead.
تصویر کائنات کا عکاس ہے علی تصویر کائنات کا عکاس ہے علی دل کو جگا دے وہ احساس ہے علی اے بندے مومن اے بندے مومن اے بندے مومن تیرا دل ہے کیوں اداس اے بندے مومن تیرا دل ہے کیوں اداس نعرہ لگا کے دیکھ تیرے پاس ہے علی
جیو
یا علی
احسنت ولی
ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا 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 all together ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا نبیوں کے ولیوں کے لب پر ہے یہی نعرہ مشکل میں دیا تو نے ہر ایک کو چھٹکارا ہنستا ہوا کہتا ہے ہنستا ہوا کہتا ہے خود جھوم کے یہ کعبہ ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا all together ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا مرحب سے پہلواں کو حیدر نے پچھاڑا ہے انگشت کی جنبش سے در کو اکھاڑا ہے حیدر نہیں خیبر میں پتھر پہ علم غارا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا all together ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا میدان گدیری میں خود کر کے علم حیدر فرمایا پیمبر نے پالانوں کے منبر پر جس جس کا میں مولا ہوں اس کا ہے علی مولا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا
بہت اچھا
ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا سد شکر حسن تو بھی مدح علی کرتا ہے خود ان کے قصیدے تو جبریل بھی گاتے ہیں ناچیز پہ کیسا ہے احسان شہ مردا کا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا all together ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا ہے میرا علی مولا ہے میرا علی آقا نعرہ حیدری Hadari, Hadari. But Muhammad Wali Muhammad Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali. MashaAllah.
Gio.
Ya Ali.
Brilliant recitation. I think it's got the crowd going. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate the efforts of this very young man. Right, we'll go with Mulla Muhammad Abbas Karim first, please.
Salman, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you feeling?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, that was an amazing recitation.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was so nice. I mean, when you started, I felt like I was listening to a studio recording.
Thank you so much.
It was so clear, crisp, consistent. You know, you honestly, again, I mean, I feel, I'm not just repeating my comments, I genuinely feel you, again, as somebody who I think can start your studio recording journey in a very short while. I loved your confidence. As soon as you walked out, me and Sadali were like, whoa, he's confident. But it's good confidence. It's not overconfidence. It's nice to see that. I love the fact that you're holding a traditional looking book. Just before I continue, just who wrote this kalam?
It's, I believe, Sayyid's
Zishan Abdi?
Zishan, yeah,
Zishan Abdi?
Yeah.
He wrote it for you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and who made the composition?
I don't know.
No? On Rizvi?
Yeah, on Rizvi.
Wow, I'm going to be even more biased. Okay, that, I mean, I felt like I really loved this, and now I understand why. So, and you've recorded this?
Yeah, on
I mean,
YouTube.
that's phenomenal. So you're already ready?
Was that a studio recording? Sorry. So it wasn't a live performance, it was a studio recording?
No, not this one.
No, on YouTube you have studio recordings.
Have you got a studio recording on YouTube already?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's brilliant. So, just for the context of the judges, he's doing something which is quite unique for somebody his age, recording, going to very complex poets. That's effort to go to those guys in Karachi, on Rizvi. I know the difficulty. So that's really good. Well done. Okay. You engage the crowd really well. You know, you're saying, all together, etc. Another thing I really loved was that at the age of 13, it's very hard to recite and maintain a certain level. But you, again, manage that. What I would like, I think your Urdu is also good, but I think your Urdu could be a bit better. So like you were talking about Khaybar mein alam, the word is gara. And I think you said something like gara. But again, I don't think this is a very big sort of negative, but I think work on some of those. And can you just quickly, the Char Misra at the start, I really like the 4 lines. Just read the first line, you remember it? No, the spoken word at the start. The shairi.
Oh, okay. How do you start this?
Al-Akkas.
Tasveer kainat ka Akkas hai Ali.
So your Urdu is actually very good, but if you look at the word, it's like kainat. So your Urdu could be better. What I would love to see, and I think Said Ali is going to like this one, is I feel you could take it one level higher in terms of pitch. So I think you can be challenged even more. You are in your comfort zone. If you go through, I would like to see you challenge yourself with the more harder kalams. But the recitation was amazing. Well done. Excellent. Thank you.
Brilliant. Said Ali.
Habibi, thank you very much, Salman. Your confidence reminds me of the great helper and aid of Rasulullah Salman al-Farsi alayhi salam. You really delivered. I really struggle to fault your delivery and your confidence. Top. You know, top reciters can't even do what you just did then. You looked at the people, you moved your hands appropriately, you looked at your paper when you needed to, but when you don't need to, you look back at the people. Make sure that whenever you recite, keep doing that. Don't get lazy. Some people get lazy and they start, I'm not going to interact as much. No. Keep that high. In terms of your recitation, it was good. One thing what sometimes some reciters do is, when they go the higher pitches, which is basically, you hit the nail, when you go on the higher pitch, we kind of faded away from it. So, for example, if I'm going to say the word Mawla, we'll start a flow and I'll go high and I'll show you what you did and I'll show you how to correct it. You got the word Mawla. So, Mawla, that's okay. That's normal. Let's go with the higher one. What you did was, Mawla. Do you see how it's soft? But you can bring the energy of the low one with the higher pitch. So it's So do you see how we do the high one? You can push it whilst it's on the high pitch. Don't fade away. Keep it high. And I know your voice can do it. So do that and inshallah you'll be better. Ahsant.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, Mulla, Sadiq, Hussein, everything muraj. Thank you so much. Brilliant. We have with us contestant number 9 for tonight's episode, Brother Ali Muntazir Sikilada.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Good, good. So, Said Ali, over to you.
Jazakallah, MJ. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. How old are you?
Wa alaikum salam, I'm 16.
16 years old. And what are you going to be doing for us today?
Inshallah, I'll be reciting a marsiya of Imam Hussain and Bibi Zainab.
Excellent.
So it's Patthar hata ke lash se Zainab ne di sada kya tumra Hussain ho. A bit of a brief for the judges and the crowd.
Yes, please.
This is when Bibi Zainab is going to all the bodies of the shuhadas and asking each body, "Are you my Hussein?" Why was she asking this? Because Imam Hussein's body, as we know, was without a head, full with arrows. That's why she's asking, "Are you my Hussein?" That's what I'm going to be presenting today.
Inshallah. Jazakallah for your servitude towards the Ahlul Bayt. Bismillah.
Zablan nare salawat.
Allahumma salli ala.
पत्थर हटा के लाश से ज़ैनब ने दी सदा क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो
माशाअल्लाह माशाअल्लाह
है कैसे पड़े हैं जिस्म के टुकड़े जुदा जुदा है क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो है मेरे गरीब का क्या हाल कर दिया घोड़ों से लाशा दश्त में है पामाल कर दिया पहचानो किस तरह से बदल से है सर जुदा क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो करता रहा है ज़ेबा की कोशिश कहाँ खंजर पे है कटी हुई गर्दन पे भी निशान है काटा है किस तरह से सितमगार ने गला Hussein ho. O Azadar of Hussein, let us take our hearts to Karbala. Let us remember Hazrat aliasgar and the mother of Hazrat aliasgar. अरे आहिस्ता से जवाब दो है साथ उसकी माँ आहिस्ता से जवाब दो है साथ उसकी माँ क्या अब तुम्हारे पास है मासूम बेज़बान है नरगा सलाश किसे का ये सीने में है रखा हुसैन हो क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो Last time all together पत्थर हटा के लाश से ज़ैनब ने दी सदा क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो क्या तुम मेरे हुसैन हो लब्बैक या हुसैन लब्बैक या हुसैन लब्बैक या हुसैन सल्लु अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद
Thank you very much for this recitation. You know what, it's so hard sometimes when you are given the opportunity to serve the way everybody else has been given and to stand here and to have to control your emotions and your thought processes whilst doing this. And this is perhaps the most ever emotional I've been in my life of presenting. It's hard, and I don't know what Sayyidah Zainab went through that day. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But if there's one thing I can say today, and with a lot of pride in my heart, and I'm sure everybody else will agree, that if there's ever a greater honor in this life, then it is to know that we are the lovers of Imam Hussain. Well, I don't think there's anything in this world that will ever supersede this. You know, and I don't want to take the limelight away from this recitation. You got a standing ovation from the judges. You've got the crowd going. Everyone's emotional. And the only way we can honor this recitation is to bless this very occasion with a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Said Ali, we'll start with you, please.
I started off with Assalamu alaikum Ali. Now I'm going to say Mulla Ali. I didn't know that you could recite like this. Obviously, that's why we're here. I'm going to touch on each point. Your confidence and delivery, I think we don't need to even talk about that, because you motion the concepts of the delivery with the content, and you don't need to do any fast movements. You have to maintain the slowness, and that's exactly what you did with your hand. Excellent. You have very good vocal stability. So you can alternate between the low pitches very well. You are probably a bass, which is the lowest male tone of voice, probably. There's a way to check it. There's a few questions, and you can check it on the system. You're probably a bass, which is a low pitch. You're really good at that. And we are here just to help you as much as possible. Are you doing studio work at the moment or no?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Because I was going to say you should be doing that, which you already are. My only comment is, when you went on the high pitch, it went slightly off. And I only say this not to say that you're not a good reciter. No, you've got the highest marks for me today. But I'm only saying this because I want you to perfect your voice, because you are deserving of to be one of the top reciters in your field. So make sure you work on your high pitch. A good way of doing it is recite manqabat nohas from reciters who are at a high pitch, and keep working at it until your voice is strong enough at that level. But you did very well. We're proud of you, Mulla Ali.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Mulla Muhammad Abbas, please.
Ahsant. Ali, is it Ali or Ali Muntazir? How do you like
Ali,
it?
my dad's name is Muntazir.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So they've all said Mullah, I'll say Janab. Yeah? I mean, I'm lost for words because I had a very difficult thing. You were reciting one of the most emotional kalams that has been released in the last decade. But I was also trying to write. So then I feel like I'm feeling the emotion. Firstly, I have to say this in Urdu because I don't know how to say it in English, but you have a bhari hui awaz, if that makes sense. He's got a very fulfilled voice, like accomplished. Yeah, accomplished voice. When you walked in, I was like, he looks like he is a reciter. So and then when you started, I wasn't surprised. Okay, so your Urdu is excellent. Okay, I'm not going to defend him when you talked about going high on the pitch. I think the reason you felt he was going off pitch is because he was not really performing. He was reciting like he's reciting in the majlis, in the mosque. So I think he was just reciting naturally. This is just what he does. That's, I think, why. Would that be fair, Ali? Yeah? I love your humility. I love how you changed when you said ahista. You know, it wasn't like, it was literally ahista se jawab do. You went ahista, and then even your masoom sounded like a masoom. I mean, I could go on. I'm just, you know, it was your tone was changing appropriately. Only thing I would say, I did feel that you were reciting more from your throat. Is that fair, Sayyid Jalal? Yeah? But this is, again, it will come with time and experience. Try, if you use your chest, it's going to be mind-blowing. If you go through, I would really love to see how you deliver in tempo. And because you've got so much dard in your voice, I want to see how you deliver maybe something more happy. Because when you recite, the tears flow. So I want to see the other side. And I think the only other thing I would say is, I want you to work on building your own identity. And I think you've got a genuinely fantastic future and full marks from me. Well done. Ahsantum.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in appreciating the efforts of Ali Muntazir Sikilada. Join me in welcoming contestant number 10, Imran Irfan Abbas Masumali.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Mulla Muhammad Abbas Karim, please.
Is it Matam?
Yeah.
Oh. Can you introduce yourself once again?
My name is Imran. I'm 11 years old.
11. And what are you going to be reciting today?
I'm going to recite Hussein Sarallah.
Oh. Very nice choice. You don't need to translate that. So we're really looking forward to hearing you. Bismillah.
Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Hussein Sarallah Aba Abdillah Hussein Sarallah Aba Abdillah Eh Hussein tera gham dil par mere hai rakam Ya Hussein मुझ पर रब का है करम या हुसैन तस्बीह है दिल या हुसैन ये मेरा दिल नहीं ये है करबला ये मेरा दिल नहीं ये है करबला गरीब करबला दिल की है सदा हुसैन सारल्लाह Hussein Sarallah Aba Abdillah
Abdillah, Hussein Sarallah, Aba Abdillah.
मनोई हमें गाब और बाबर बाबे बरा बेहरा और बाबर बाबे बरा बेहरा और बाबर बाबोय voy 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 nafas nafas man shere game tu nafas nafas man shere game tu inshallah behiran nu harame tu Hussein sarallah Hussein sarallah Aba Abdillah Hussein sarallah Aba Abdillah Karbala aur hum सामने मौला का हरम या हुसैन सर पर गाजी कलम हर कदम मौला मौला या हुसैन है मेरी आरज़ू मेरी जिस्तजू है मेरी आरज़ू मेरी जिस्तजू है मेरा आसरा है मेरा रहनुमा हुसैन सारल्लाह हुसैन सारल्लाह अबा अब्दुल्लाह all together हुसैन सारल्लाह अबा अब्दुल्लाह
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
Ahsant. It's a very interesting kalam because it's something that's just been released, I believe, right? Who recited this?
Ahmed Nasri.
Yeah, Mulla Nasri recited this. Yes, brilliant. Okay, we'll start with you, Mulla, on the screen, please.
MashaAllah, that was a beautiful recitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, one of my personal favorites. I loved the fact that you did the whole thing by heart, and it was very smooth in that sense. Also, I loved the transition to the Farsi. There was a bit of a pause from Sayyid Jalal. He was like, "Oh, that's Farsi." I think the few sort of pieces of advice is one is you maintain the tempo quite well overall, but I think if you practice more, you will keep yourself in tempo. And I think sometimes why you lost the tempo, because when you were on tempo, you were on tempo. But the reason I think you lost it was maybe because of the breathing. So if you can improve on the breathing, and take your breath and sort of, because the crowd was with you, so feed off the crowd. Yeah. The other thing is, you are a good reciter, so have that body language and have that stage presence and just relax. Yeah, I can see you smiling there. A pitch, I felt like maybe this kalam could have been a bit, you saw Sayyid Ali, how he was responding, maybe a bit higher on the pitch. And you have it, because there was that, when you said Samne, we both looked at each other and we said, hang on, there's something here. So I think you've got a lot of potential. I would say the biggest piece of advice if you can take today is keep reciting live in majalis. And the last thing is, once again, when you end, when you start, I think Sayyid Muhammad said it previously to somebody else, let us know that the kalam is finished. But overall, excellent, and I hope that Dar es Salaam sees you reciting much more in the coming years. Ahsantum.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mullah. On the screen, Said Ali, please.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Ahsant Amran. I really like your akhlaq. You seem like a very friendly, humble guy, and make sure you keep with that kind of status and mannerism. It was a bit low pitch. Hussein Tarallah. That's why you couldn't show as much. I think you've got more in you. That's why I had to complement it with the high pitch, so it equalizes. Hussein Thar Allah. But really, we want the one in the middle. Hussein Thar Allah. Aba Abdullah. Hussein Thar. We want that middle one. And I know you can do it. So make sure you practice more. Strengthen your voice with practice. And I think you've got a good future ahead of you. Ahsant.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me in appreciating the efforts of Imran, Irfan Abbas, Masoom Ali. Ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming contestant number 11, Hadi Muhammad Fayaz Jafar. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah. I'm good.
You okay?
Alhamdulillah.
Sayyid Muhammad Hassan, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Hadi Muhammad Fayyad Ja'far. How are you, Habibi?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm good, alhamdulillah.
I've been informed that you do some lecturing here and there. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah? And you have some material online?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
What are some topics of yours which are your favorite to lecture about?
Ghafla.
Say it again?
Ghafla.
Ghafla?
Yeah.
Oh, ghafla. To be not in the present and
Not
miss
to be
out.
mindful.
And to be, it's the opposite of being mindful.
Yeah, not to be mindful.
Lack thereof. Who are some of your inspirations from the lecturing world? No.
Sheikh Jawad Shomali.
Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful. Good inspiration and good friend of ours as well. I love that, Habibi. All right, what will you be lecturing about?
Wilaya. Wilaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen.
The wilaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Beautiful. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب صلوات الله عليه.
Allahumma salli Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
You might be asking me why I started with this phrase. Well, this phrase is the reason why all of us are present here. This phrase is the reason why Shia's Got Talent got the name Shia.
Subhanallah.
Now, what is wilaya? If you go and look at the Arabic linguistics, wilaya means being close, being together. But who are we being close to? We'll find the answer in a few minutes. First of all, I want all of us to close our eyes. I'm going to take you through a journey. Most of us are tired right now because it's been a long night. But how about we take a journey to Jannah? Imagine you are at the doorstep of Jannah, about to enter. Your hope, happiness, you are desperate to enter Jannah. The angel asks you for your passport. You have your passport. You hand it over to him. What happens next? He asks you, where is your visa? We're confused. What is this visa this angel is talking about? Now, in order to find out the answer for this visa, let's go to history. 18th Zilhajj 10 AH. The Prophet comes back, his last Hajj caravan, it's his last Hajj. Ghadir kum. But before Ghadir, what happens? Jibreel comes down to the Prophet. He's telling Prophet, in Surah Ma'idah, verse number 67, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min Rabbik. Deliver.
Carry on, sorry.
Deliver what has been sent to you. What is next? Wa illam taf'al fama ballaghta risala. He's telling Prophet that if you do not deliver this, all your 23 years of spreading Islam, spreading the message, all in waste. It's as if your message has not been delivered. What is this important message? We ask ourselves. Wait, let's go with me with the journey. We fast forward. You see, picture a pulpit made of saddles of camels. You see the Prophet holding high Imam Ali's hand. What does he say? Man kuntu maulahu fahadha aliyun maula. Remember, there's a message to be delivered. What's the next thing that happens? Jibreel comes down. What does he bring? Surah Ma'idah, verse number 3. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinukum wa atmamtu lakum ni'mati wa radayta lakum al-islam adina. Prophet, I am pleased, I am radhi that this is your religion and I have perfected this religion for you. Islam is your religion. Remember the message? Remember what Jibreel is brought right now in between what happened? Man kuntu mawlahu fahadha aliyun mawla. Wait a second. There's one more thing. What does the Prophet mention after man kuntu mawlahu fahadha aliyun mawla? It brings us back to our passport scenario. What the Prophet says is Hadith Thaqalain, Kitab Allahi wa itrati. Now, you might get a picture. The passport is Kitab Allahi. What's the visa? Wa itrati Ahlul Bayti. Who is part of the itra? Imam Ali alayhi salam.
Subhanallah.
Now, once we've looked at all this, how is wilaya an important thing in our life? How do we reach wa itrati Ahlul Bayt? How do we reach that Kitab Allahi? We go through itrati Ahlul Bayti.
Ahsan.
But there is a path to follow. Imam Ali, the Prophet, then the Quran. Because the Prophet and Imam Ali are the ones who taught us and explained the Quran to us. Now, the question is, which verse in the Quran talks about this? Remember, event of Mubahila, wa anfusana wa anfusakum. Ali is the soul of the Prophet. Ali is brought as the soul of the Prophet, the mirror reflection of the Prophet. Ali is the copy of the Prophet. Hence, if you want to reach to Rasulullah, you have to go through Amirul Mu'mineen. And if you want to go to the Quran and enter the Jannah with the passport and the visa, the endorsement is Imam Ali, the Prophet, and the Quran. Hence, let's take a break here. Let's think about this. What happened in Karbala? Same verse, wa abna'ana wa abna'akum. Imam Ali's son. Those people in Karbala knew who Imam Hussain was. Yet Shimr sat on the chest of Hussain. Yet Umar Asad commanded thousands of army to slaughter Hussain and his family. Didn't they remember that this was the same Hussain as Abna'ana wa Abna'akum? Wasn't he the son of wa anfusana wa anfusakum? Wasn't he the son of Ali? So see, they lack wilaya. We do not understand. We are not close. Hence, the reason why all of us are here, and I'm confident that this is because of wilaya in our heart. So with all the happiness and the hope and the desperation to enter Jannah, with the flame of Karbala in our heart and the wilaya of Amir al-Mu'mineen in our heart, repeat with me and recite with me together. Allahumma ja'al alhamdulillahi alladhi ja'alana min al-mutamassikina biwilayati Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam. اللهم إني أسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم يا الله بحق الحسين بحق أمير المؤمنين. Give us a chance to visit their holy shrines. Give us a chance to have that fire of Karbala in our hearts so that we can be part of the 313. Give us the tawfiq to follow the footsteps and to hold on to these two weighty things, Kitab Allah wa itrati, so that we have a confirmed passport and visa to Jannah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff. And it's interesting that everything that revolves this particular competition, SHIA'S Got Talent, at the end of the day, everything goes back to Imam Ali alayhi salam. And I think that's why in Ghadir we knew where the Shi'as went and where everybody else went. But anyway, that's for another day. For now, ladies and gentlemen, in this performance, there is something that stands out, and that is the ability of bringing the Prophet, Amirul Mu'mineen, Imam al-Hussain, everyone together. Right, said Muhammad Hassan, I saw during the lecture you were giving thumbs up and you were getting very energetic.
Yeah,
Tell us.
That's absolutely right. Hadi, Muhammad, you explained the concept of wilaya through analogy, through example, through Quran, which was really good, and through history. Now it's all about merging them together in a fluid, harmonious manner. That's what lecturing is about. Inna fil bayani la sihra, according to tradition, that the art of eloquence and speech is magical, it's enchanting, how you can go from here and here and here. Now the main thing about speaking is confidence. You could have a structure, organization, content, you could be charismatic, which you are, but if you're not confident, all of this doesn't really matter. that you were really confident. You decided to examine a concept which is very comprehensive. You said wilaya earlier means nearness. It does mean nearness in one way, but many will argue opposed to that. One way when we address wilaya is to also keep in mind the alternative opinions, because at the end of the day you want to enlighten people, so at the same time you can enrich people's knowledge about the true meaning of wilaya. You beautifully use the ayah with respect to Ghadir al-Yawm wa akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam dina. However, I was hoping you were going to use the ayah of wilaya. Ma'idah 5:55. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا ويؤتون Who was the only man in Islamic/human history who in the state of ruku' gave sadaqah? Amir al-Mu'mineen. The ayah before it, 2 ayat before it says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء. Do not take the Jews and the Christians as leadership authorities and guardians. So you already have awlawiyya. Who do you prioritize as your leader in life? Allah then combined the manner of awlawiyya with wilaya. Leadership is now no longer called friendship, because you know they do that a lot. It means friend, mawla means this, wilaya just means that. No. Leadership through the Holy Quran al-Karim, and Amir al-Mu'mineen is in combination with the al-wilaya al-ilahiyya and the wilaya of the Holy Prophet of Islam, and now the wilaya called wilayat Amir al-Mu'mineen. So if you would use that, that would have been amazing, impeccable, but you still did a very good job. Your transitions, I think, need a little bit more work. When you went to the Masa'ib of Sayyid al-Shuhada, it was in the same exact tone as the entire lecture. So, and when we remember what happened to Imam Hussain on the day of Ashura, the Abna'ana portion has now been put on the pedestal. It was a seamless transition, but it needed to be more distinct. And now take your hearts to the event of Karbala al-Muqaddasa. When we examined previously the Abna'ana aspect, and the family aspect, and the Anfusana aspect, and the Nisa'ana aspect, now the emergence of the sons appears. Sayyid al-Shuhada is what to Rasulullah? I was revived. Husaynun minni wa ana minal Hussein. There's that connection between the Prophet and Imam al-Hussein. So if there was a transition that was more distinct, this is musibah now. And if you could recite it in musibah format, you're talking something very passionate. Be passionate as well. But throughout the whole entire lecture, you were really passionate. I really enjoyed it. You have a bright future ahead of you. Your father is absolutely proud of you.
Hassan, thank you very much.
May Allah bless you.
Brilliant, said Muhammad. Sayyid Jalal, over to you, please.
Great man. MashaAllah, you have done a good job. I really like the terminologies used, the passport, visa. What I can mention, of course, Wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen is a visa before entering the country, anywhere you go to the paradise. But I can say sometimes you can get visa on arrival, as we did, for example, when we came to Tanzania, we had visa on arrival.
I had problems with that.
We have problems sometimes. But I think for us Shia'S, visa on arrival is crying for Abu Abdullah al-Hussein.
Ahsant.
Totally agree with
Visa on arrival. You have done a good job. I ask you, mashallah, Sayyid mentioned all the tips to do. Do you know Arabic?
A bit.
Try to learn Arabic because that will help you. For example, when you say Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum, not dinukum, because deen here is maf'ul, is actually object. So this will help you even if you haven't memorized properly. وَإِنَّمَا وَلِيُّكُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ وَهُمْ رَاكِعُونَ. That will help you. Arabic will help you too much. And I was expecting a bit of reference from other school as well, maybe Sunni school, that will increase the credibility of your speech. But inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq. We have the visa on arrival, which is the crying one drop for Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salatu wa salam. Ahsantum, mashallah.
Inshallah, amen. Brother Hadi for us. Thank you. Join me in welcoming Sister Masuma Sakina Muntazir Sikiladda. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Was that your brother who performed?
Yes.
Oh, sibling competition part 2 in episode 3. Brilliant. Are you doing a matam for us?
No, a lecture.
Lecture. Wow, brilliant. Said Muhammad Hassan, you seem to be grabbing the last part of the show.
Inshallah,
Over
we're going
you.
to take over one day, just lecturers. But we need matam as well, and qasida and everything else. Masooma, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're doing well?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, okay. What will you be lecturing about?
So basically, I'm going to talk about this young girl who is Bibi Sakina alayhi salam.
Alayha salam, inshallah. And are you nervous? Sorta? I like the honesty. If you said, no, I'm not, that would be a lie. I get nervous every time I go up. So I love the brute honesty. And let's just jump right into it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's ease the nerves a bit for our sister, Masooma Sakina Muntazir Sikilada, by reciting the loudest of salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Bibi Sakina was a clever little girl. She knew the Holy Quran and always prayed on time. Bibi Sakina's father, Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and Bibi Rubab alayhi salam loved her very much. They took her to Karbala. When Imam Hussain went to Karbala, Imam Hussain went to tell some bad people who were part of Yazid's army not to be so wicked. They wouldn't listen to him. They even stopped Bibi Sakina's family from drinking water. Bibi Sakina's brother, sister, and family and friends were shouting, Al-Atash, Al-Atash, because they were so thirsty. As they didn't have water for 3 days, she asked her uncle Hazrat Abbas, who was also known as Abul Fazl Abbas, who was big and strong, to get her some water to share with all her family. He loved his niece so much that he showed bravery towards Yazid's army. When he took the water to Bibi Sakina, Yazid's army cut both of his arms. Bibi Sakina just wanted her uncle. She didn't want water anymore. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's honor this very particular performance with the loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Right, we'll start with you, Said Muhammad Hassan, please.
Masooma, brilliant, really beautiful. You shared with us the tragedy of a Sayyidah Sukaina. Before you got to the tragedy, you introduced her. You described that she was knowledgeable of the Quran. You said that she was beloved by her family, upright, pious, believing, fearing of God. We need to hear more of this about the members of Ahlul Bayt. We always hear the usual things of the last moments of their life. You gave us, although very paraphrasingly, a nice biography. So we now know why Sayyidah Sukaina, or Sakina as she is known in different traditions, is so great and beautiful. One thing that I want to remind everyone here is that Sayyidah Sukaina is the most beloved from Imam al-Husain's family by Imam al-Husain himself. I really believe that because you spoke about his beloved daughter, Imam al-Husain is happy about that. You made us all happy as well. One thing I want to mention is we don't give her enough credit. Many don't know Sayyidah Sukaina lived on. She moved on after Karbala. She became a poetess. She wrote poetry as well. As you recited in almost a poetic manner, you really showed us the love of Sayyidah Sukaina. And I can't do anything but just stand up for you one more time. One thing you also did is you spoke about Rabab as well, her mother. Imam Hussain has a beautiful line of poetry where he says how I love Sukaina and Rabab. لَعَمْرُكَ إِنَّنِي لِأُحِبُّ دَارًا تَحِلُّ بِهَا سُكَيْنَةُ وَالرَّبَابُ أحبهما وأبذل جل مالي وليس بلائم فيها عتاب. How I love a house that has inside it Sukaina and her mother Rabab, and I spend all my money for them. And for those who say, why do you spend so much and care about them? Don't worry, you don't know what I have. Now for you guys that are married and have daughters, have you written love poetry to your wives before? Imam al-Hussein did.
Yeah,
He wrote it to his daughter. We should learn more about this beautiful household. You brought it, very beautiful. You hit the nail on the head. Ahsant. Good job, Habib.
Ahsant, brilliant. For all of you watching online, if you ever needed any inspiration to write for your spouse, please contact Sayyid Muhammad Hassan. He will give you some very, very good advice.
Don't give me trouble.
Right, Sayyid Jalal, over to you, please.
What a nice occasion Sakina is reciting or reading something for the daughter of Imam Hussain, Sakina. Sakina, I like that flower you use as a pin, that pink flower. MashaAllah, you have done good job. How can I say? Yeah, you brought that calmness to our hearts. That's Sukaina or Sakina. Sakina we have in the Holy Quran as well, your name. You're a great girl, and I'm sure that your parents are proud of you. All the best. MashaAllah. Ahsan.
Shukran, Sayyid Jalal. Shukran. Right, brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of episode 3, contestant number 12's performance, Sister Masooma Sakina Muntazir Sikiladda. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Arif Okera, and I feel like I did a good job, but always room for improvement.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Imran. I think so I did good, but I don't think so I'm going to qualify because I'm like a little bit nervous.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Mahdi. I think my performance was good. My name is Masma Sakina. I'm 12 years old. I think I did a bit better, but I'll try my best next time.
My name is Hadi Jafar, and I think I have done a good performance, and there's always room for improvement.
My name is Akbar, and I think I did well. Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hadi Megji. I think I performed well, and I think so I'm going to qualify.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Salman Muraj. I'm not here to win, but I'm just here to spread the name of the Ahlul Bayt.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Hussein Ali Hussein, and I've learned a lot and willing to improve, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Abbas Ali. I think so I did well, and there's always room for improvement. Everything is just a learning curve.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ali Sikilada. I think I performed well, but I could perform it much better with the comments of the respected judges.
May you please join me for one final time in welcoming all the contestants on the stage for episode 3 of SHIA'S Got Talent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we have all been waiting here for. Hours of effort, weeks of memorization, in some cases just 7 days, years of growing up, bringing up at home. And every one of you will now be able to see who makes it to the next round. And we always say this, Ejaz, that this is the moment for every contestant where everything is just kept aside and the only end goal is to see who goes forward. But I'm sure you will agree, over the last 2 episodes we have seen that contestants who haven't made it through are way cooperative and happy for those who made it through. And I'm sure the group here will share the same energy. But ladies and gentlemen, And my dear viewers, what you see in front of you is a diverse group of individuals, ranging from the age of 7 all the way to 16, 17. No, Hussein, 32. I feel old as well.
No, you're a very young guy.
I am, right? Thank you, Sadal.
Very young.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers, the judges are finally ready. Contestants are ready. The viewers are also ready. It's now time to announce 4 contestants who will be making their way to the next round. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear viewers, we will announce the first contestant to make their way to the next round. We will start with the man who is named after bravery. So ease the nerves on us and tell us, Sayyid Ali Al-Hakeem, who is the first owner of the ticket to the next round.
Thank you very much, MJ. Tricky today. However, there are clear indications of people who are very good. And this person, I believe that he has a big future ahead of him. And I hope that he continues servitude until his voice finishes. I would like to congratulate Mulla Ali Sikilada.
So, Ejaz, that's 1 contestant down, 11 to go, 3 seats remain. Sayyid Mohammed Hassan, over to you, please.
Let me be second to last.
I always have this challenge. Sayyid Jalal Masoomi, please.
So, the name which I have to mention now is a person who got the title of Mulla, and he wears a very nice kurta, dishdasha.
It's interesting where all these contestants are looking at each other
Yeah.
and wondering who's got the best dishdasha here. Only Sir Jalal would make a very tense
The
moment.
color is really nice. The color is really nice, and I think I have from that color. So this name stands with one of the companion of the Holy Prophet, and even we had this hadith from this person is Minna Ahlul Bayt.
Ahsant.
And this winner is Salman Muraj.
Interestingly, Ejaz, Salman was the first one to look around who's wearing the kurta slash. Right, that's a bit of a sigh of relief. That's 2 families with joy, 10 families waiting to hear who makes it to the next round. Sayyid Mohammed Hassan, over to you.
May Allah bless each and every single one of you for your impeccable job and hard work. You showed it through your efforts, your faces, and your entire presence. If you did not get called, then don't worry. That doesn't mean that you're bad. That just means that inshallah ta'ala there is more work ahead. And if you get called, that doesn't mean you're necessarily the best. That just means there's more work ahead. And so with that being said, this person, may Allah bless them and their efforts. They came, they shined. May Allah have mercy on their late father as well. May Allah bless you, Habibi Hadi, Muhammad Fayyad Jafar.
Right, Ejaz, over to you. I'll let you do this one because it's now getting to a point. It's hard to look at.
It feels like we are also participating.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You know, and looking at the innocent faces right in front of us. It's hard. It's hard to see everyone waiting to hear their fate. So, Ejaz, I would like you to take this up, the last one, please.
Thank you. Just one more thing before I move on to the judges. Continue on this trajectory. Don't stop. This is just the beginning. So whoever gets announced, just know that you may have missed the ones who haven't been selected by 0.1, 0.2%. Doesn't really matter. Sawa? Say sawa. Okay. Mulla Muhammad Abbas Karim, over to you to make the announcement.
It's the hardest slot. But it's also very satisfying sometimes when you see all the success that's come through and all the talent that will keep going forward, inshallah. So well done to all of you. For the avoidance of doubt, we strictly maintain a democratic process. I think there was just some handwriting issues, so I think we all need iPads and laptops next time. The last participant that went through today performed something that really captured our hearts, and it is somebody that has a lot of potential. Our young Hadi aliasgar
He's crying tears of joy. A big hand for Hadi, please. A big hand. I see some of the audience members crying as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is SHIA'S Got Talent 2023.
Hadi, 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 Hadi.
Wow. But, you know, they say a good MC and a good MC, so the two MCs, we always have the last say. But unfortunately, we can't add a winner. But I want us to take this opportunity to appreciate the effort of the youngest contestant to grace today's occasion, a 7-year-old who has put in a splendid performance, Sister Fatima Ratanse. Right, my dear fellow contestants, you will not be making it to the next round. And this is the part of competing against each other and getting to the next level. We wish you all the best for your future, and we are sure that for the future episodes that might come in 2024, 2025, depending on what the rules and regulations state, you will be meeting us if we are here as well. I know I can't come as a participant, but if we are here to have the opportunity to host this. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been emotional, it's been nerve-wracking. We have seen exceptional talent, and we have seen parents pull through the most tensed moments and the most emotionally affecting moments. This is all part of this journey. And to bring an end to episode 3 of day 3 of SHIA'S Got Talent 2023, I want you to go home today and do a prayer to your parents and to their parents for instilling in us the love of the Ahlul Bayt. But whilst you do that, remember, SHIA'S Got Talent. Thank you very much.
इमामे ज़माना इमामे ज़माना तेरा मुंतज़िर है ये सारा ज़माना इमामे ज़माना इमामे ज़माना काश मैं मेहदी दौरां का ज़माना देखूं, काश मैं मेहदी दौरां का
SHIA'S Got Talent.